All right, welcome to Tuesday. This is Ultra David. I'm James Chen.
How's there? What?
So,
how's everybody
sorry
going?
sorry about the late start. I got blown up by traffic. There's a lot of construction going on around my place,
Yeah.
and I even have backup paths when I know that there's going to be construction. But those backup paths were also under construction today. So
Yeah, they're building a whole public
Yeah,
transport system here. So
it's supposed to be done in literally 20 years. Did you know that?
What?
ETA is 20 years.
From now.
Yes. Well, from when they started, which was already a couple years ago.
I hope it's a lot more than that.
That's what it is.
I've been waiting for that thing.
It'll come when we're probably dead.
What?
That's
Oh,
LA.
I'm so sad.
Anyway,
I'm so angry.
Thanks for joining us, despite the late start. As for topics today, we'll talk about Ultra Street Fighter 4. We'll talk about a couple tournaments that happened this past weekend at Civil War and PAX East. We'll talk about a few other items, and then I don't really know. We might just have to do viewer questions.
Yeah, it's actually been kind of a slow
light,
week. It's been kind of a slow week.
Light news week, as far as I know. So
yeah.
let us know if that's true. If we're missing anything, let us know. But
Right.
Anyway, so the Ultra Street Fighter 4 arcade, it specifically says on SRK, arcade release change list.
I don't know what that means.
I think that's an interesting question, but there's no more. I wish there was more info on what that is. It could just be whatever. That's
Right.
It's fine.
So,
Anyway, and it's mostly, I would say, similar to the previous change list, the beta change list.
Right. So what we've been playing at kind of a lot of the recent beta playtest locations.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And that's surprising to me because we've been playing the same version for a while.
Right.
Since like SCR, which was, I don't know, a couple months ago at this point.
I don't know. Like I kind of was under the impression that there was like a bunch of different things going in there. Like we said before when we talked to Combo Fiend, we'd be like, "Hey, this is really good," and he'd be like, "I know," like kind of almost like
true.
hinting he was changing something, but maybe not.
I mean, maybe not. Yeah, he does.
But I mean, like honestly, like if he's going for the method of making everybody kind of broken, I'm okay with that.
Well, me
that's
too.
Always better than having everyone be boring, right?
I definitely agree with that. But yeah, as far as the changes go, I went looking through at least the characters that I care about, and they are very similar to the builds that I've been playing. In fact, some characters it just seems like it's the same. Like I'm looking at Dan right now, and it seems identical, and I look at Dalsum, and it seems identical as well. So
yeah, I mean
I don't know.
Oh, jeez. So I've gone through like half of the characters because I've been updating the change list webpage on SRK. So I've gone through half of them. And yeah, nothing's really stuck out to me except for a few things like Ken's EX Hurricane does the in-place thing now.
Oh, the air one? Oh,
yeah.
I thought that was a screw-up, but that's official?
It's in the change list. It's in the change list.
Okay, I guess that's intentional then. All right.
I mean, it basically says we can't escape out of the corner.
They didn't like that. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm surprised they didn't just make the momentum different instead of making
it's
it
basically
act like
reuse, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see.
Looking at, I don't know. Anyway, all the characters that I cared about, I looked at it and it seemed the same. I was really hoping that they would have Hugo and Rolento and Elena, etc.
Right.
Because we have been playing those in the beta. So it would be nice to know if they have changed at all in the arcade release.
Now, I did notice one thing about this change list, though, is that they have some changes that are included from between beta versions.
Okay.
So, which is interesting. I thought it was going to be a pure listing of 2012 to Ultra, but there are some weird stuff that was included in there.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
okay.
There was a couple that I saw, but we'll see how that goes. So.
But yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking about Hugo.
Yeah, you were also watching that stream too, right? Like, wasn't Daigo playing him or something?
So I didn't watch that whole stream actually, but on Event Hubs today, I saw a video where Daigo kind of runs through some of Hugo's options, and he seems like he thinks that Hugo is pretty good in terms of the footsie game. And,
Right.
He does meat squasher and runs from one side. He's in one corner and he goes to the other. And he goes, what? But when he talks about anti-air, he mentions backbreaker. he doesn't mention Stand Fierce.
Oh, he didn't think of it. Huh?
I guess he hasn't had as much time. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he's been playing other characters instead rather than Hugo with his free time. But yeah, I thought that was kind of surprising. I've been thinking a lot about red focus.
Yeah, I see you. Like, you had a whole like NeoGAF post on here's all my theory red focus combos.
Yeah, for a bunch of characters. A lot of them are 400 plus, 450. Some of them are 550.
Right.
Hugo is like 600. It's interesting because a lot of characters not a lot, but definitely some characters in SF4 have had trouble dealing a lot of damage at once.
Right.
Kind of pick you apart. But it seems like maybe the goal of red focus, or at least like one of the accidental outcomes of red focus, is that now more characters have the ability to deal more damage more often.
Right. Especially charge characters, because they can walk up and punish people with red focus.
Exactly, yeah. I was thinking about it for Dictator, how he'll probably have, big damage punishes. I was thinking about it for DJ. I could imagine that being bigger. Stuff like that. And certainly for characters like Dan, there's going to be a lot of use for it. Zangief, I love the idea of doing stand light kick buffer into green hand, and then doing red focus cancel and getting 400 damage out of just what was a light kick.
I mean, obviously, it sounds all good and everything like that, but it requires 3 meters.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? So you got to build up a lot of meter, and meter's pretty valuable in this game,
sure.
Right? Because, I mean, one thing that, we've noticed from a lot of high-level play is that everyone always sits on one bar, at least tries to have that one bar for the emergency, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you're using a lot of red focus, you're not going to have a lot of that. So,
but think about this. It's no longer going to be a great option for characters who have DPs, most DP characters, to do DP 2-bar FADC.
That's true.
Why bother? Because you're going to get blown up. You can play the little mix-up that you've talked about, but it's not that great.
It's a terrible mix-up, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that great. So as a result, I feel like there will be fewer uses of Dragon Punch FADC or Flash Kick FADC. Maybe EX versions, but not the regular. And I imagine that will lead to people just like betting a Dragon Punch. Just like, here's my Dragon Punch. If you punish me, it's like, oh, well, I'd rather have the meter, because why would I spend 2 bars on this bad mix-up?
Right. Well, the reason why you might do it is because now you can get killed by a 400 damage
That's true.
red focus combo.
That's true.
So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm really interested in how that plays out. There was also a just kind of a quick discussion on NeoGAF today that I thought brought up an interesting point about how to use red focus. And I forget who posted this. Let me know if you're watching. Imagine somebody else doing like Chun-Li crouching fierce legs.
Okay.
Where they do crouching fierce legs and then miss the link to crouching fierce legs, but they just do it slightly late, right? So like it's not a combo you can block. You could have mashed Dragon Punch or whatever. What if instead you mash red focus?
Okay.
I just think that's really interesting use of that.
Yeah.
It's a way to get crumples in ways that you can't get right now. And that's going to be, obviously it's a bet, right? Like, what if the guy just doesn't do his fierce and, like, you spend 2 bars for no reason, right?
Exactly.
That kind of sucks. But I thought that was an interesting idea.
I like that. So even just, like, for example, in a lot of those situations where, when Honda did hands into stand roundhouse or something like that, or they're going to miss it, you usually mash an uppercut. Now you can mash a red focus and get a lot more damage. Of course, like you said, it just costs
more. It's a risk.
Right,
yeah.
Right.
Or what I've also been thinking about, getting in the more theoretical side of things now, is regular focus, Kara, red focus.
I wonder if they're going to let that happen.
Well, you talk to Broly, he's in the chat, and he'll confirm. If you press the 3-punch button plus the 3-kick button, you'll get red focus. Which means that it's like the maximum priority. Right. The highest.
But the regular focus has to have the Kara-able ability, which it might not have.
Right. So we'll see. I don't know.
Right. It'd be interesting.
I mean, maybe it's like an armor cancel, right? If you absorb something, it's like you cancel into the red focus.
Well, so the thing is, armor cancel is not canceling armor. It's a special.
It's a
thing
you're,
build.
yeah.
It's a
you're
thing,
probably Kara canceling it.
You're Kara canceling a move. So there's that ability to cancel specials into specials in this game, and that's all it is.
But you don't know if that's the case for focus, because we haven't been able to test. Who knows?
Maybe. I mean,
right now there's nothing that out prioritizes.
Yeah. The only thing that comes to my mind is what would it be useful for? Like,
I think that'd be super useful if I could walk around doing. Imagine this option select: regular fierce red focus, backdash.
Okay.
So if I do focus and the opponent doesn't press a button, I backdash. But if the opponent does press a button, I imagine myself like focusing with my focus and then turning it into red focus on the armor cancel.
No, that's 100% not gonna happen.
Why not?
100%.
Why not?
It's not how this. It's not an.
You don't know how focus
the armor
works.
cancel's not this dude.
You don't know how focus works, and maybe you're right. I don't want to claim that I know.
Yeah.
But I don't think that you should claim that you know either.
I would say 99.99%. 99.99%.
We'll see. These are the things that are going to be fun to test when you get a new system mechanic. Because it's not only the case that there's a new system that has its own little rules and stuff.
Right.
It's also that it illuminates the previous rules.
Better.
Yeah. You can get a better understanding of how things work. So.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that's not going to happen. Because, like, basically, I mean, I only say this from just years of being a combo video maker and me and Madge always breaking things down. And strangely enough, we're right, like, the majority of the time.
I'm not saying that you're wrong, but I am saying that you shouldn't be confident.
All right, fine.
We'll see.
It'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so Ultra Street Fighter 4 comes out in 2 days in Japan.
Oh my God, is that?
Yeah, it's on April 17th. Currently, it's April 15th.
Dude, like, I feel like I should be like more like, here we go. But
I know,
I totally didn't even.
Like, you did? Okay.
For some reason, this game feels like it's in forever.
Yeah, it does.
It does. Like it's a pipe dream that it's actually ever gonna come out. I know. So yeah.
I know. It's very soon, and in Japan, basically that's tomorrow because it's already like most of the day later.
That's true.
In Japan. So hopefully we'll get video. Hopefully it's not one of these things where we have to wait for a 360p and it's like only a few arcades allow recording in their arcade and whatever nonsense.
I can't wait for all of the cell phone vertical 240p videos. Yeah,
right. I don't know what the deal is over there. Yeah. They got to get on. It's funny I feel like there's so much technology there and it's like they don't figure out this kind of thing. What's that about?
I don't know.
I think it's very bizarre.
Like, I mean, is there going to be a ghillie over in Japan who's just going to buy, like, a machine for themselves just so they can play it and,
I don't know.
Dude, that'd be awesome.
Is there going to be a ghillie in America who buys a machine for himself?
That's true, too.
I've got to talk to him about that. If you don't know what we're talking about, back when Vanilla Arcade came out, this was in 2008, before the console version, our friend Gilly bought an arcade cab. And at the time, those were super expensive. I mean, like 15,000. It was something like that.
Yeah. He just really
bought it.
Wanted to play it.
Yeah, and so he did, and he, to be fair, he did a lot of great work for the community. He really investigated the game. He found a lot of combos. He understood the system mechanics better.
Right.
A lot of great info came from that.
And it was one of those situations where, I wish Gilly was more prominent because he found a lot of things that people are finding now that are like, look at this new technique. And he's like, dude, I found this in vanilla. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's actually kind of sad. Yeah.
So that would be great.
Gilly's actually in the chat.
Oh, no way, really?
Yeah.
12,500. He's not buying another arcade cab. I totally understand that.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he also sold it eventually to Engine Arcade, so he got some of that back. Yeah. Shout out to Gilly.
I can't believe I had no idea that you watched this show. Most of the people I know don't watch the show. So
yeah, I know, right? Seriously.
Anyway, I'm looking forward to seeing how other people use the characters that I've only been able to get a couple of hours at.
Right.
And how they'll use the new changes in ways that I'm sure I don't expect. I'm sure that there will be things that I haven't thought of that people will use, and at the same time, I'm a little bit jealous. Well, quite a bit jealous. Let me rephrase that. Because I don't want some schmo to come out with, like, cool Hugo tech. And now it's like the schmo tech rather than, like, something
rather than the Ultra David.
Well, it doesn't need to be my name, but, like, I want to find it. I love that process. I like the finding process.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's why I've been wanting to get my hands on Killer Instinct. You know what I mean? Because I wanted to play it early on and figure out how the whole combo system works and stuff like that. And it was just like, every time a new game comes out, that's all I want to do and figure it out. The hardest thing for me getting into games like Blaze Blue, it's like you said, it's like, it's not me figuring things out. It's literally me going and watching videos. Here's the optimal combo. Here's what I'm supposed to do. And it's hard for me to engage a lot of times that way.
I totally understand.
Yeah.
Totally understand. Yeah, I have the same problem. It's much more rewarding to me, especially now that I'm not actively trying to win tournaments.
Right.
It's much more rewarding to me to investigate things. And if all the investigation is already done, I don't know, I feel like that's why I went in hard on Injustice when it came out. And I was like really trying to find stuff, and it was awesome.
Dude, when Marvel Vanilla came out, like, I have never learned a character faster than Shuma.
Mm-hmm.
Because no one had him. No one bought him, for one thing, and the game was brand new. And as soon as he became available, first day I downloaded him, and I was just doing combos all day. I found all this awesome stuff. Went to the Wednesday night fights because that's where it was. I was using Shuma. I was all happy because it was all new stuff. And nowadays it's just not like that anymore. Yeah. So yeah. But
anyway, it's coming out on the 17th.
2 days.
Very, very soon. Yeah, very soon. I don't know, any...
Like, I'm thinking right now, what if, like, Topanga buys a machine? And then they just get all their guys to just sit there and grind on that thing, like Tokido and Mago and Daigo and all those guys.
It would be so smart for somebody to just get some arcade or Topanga or whatever, to get a cab and just sit people down and just have, like, a 24/7 stream, like the Panda X Gaming of Ultra Street Fighter 4 in Japan. Like, imagine... I just feel like that would be a great opportunity for that arcade. Like, it would be maybe not super lucrative, but like it would just. Let's
get Kim 1 2 3 4 on this. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Kim, you better get this. You better do.
Yeah,
this
come on, UBCan. Let's get a cab.
Dude, that would be so sick. Especially if they like. What if they got like 2 cabs and had one where they streamed matches and the other one where they streamed like people researching things, and they just like traded people off every half an hour or something like that. Dude, half an hour is not enough.
I would be glued.
Like,
I would be glued.
Oh my god, that'd be so good.
But I'm sure they won't do that. But I really like that too.
Is there any? Do we know? Like, Arcade UFO? Are they gonna get it? Like,
I didn't ask when I saw Fubarduck just recently. I didn't think about it. I haven't asked Watson. I know that's.
I don't think Watson.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's a big investment, and they already have. Super Arcade already has a lot of investments going on. So, yeah, I doubt it. And it's not terribly long until the rest of the world gets its hands on Ultra. After all, it's going to be a few months, a couple months. So.
Dude,
But in the meantime, it's going to be like how it is with Guilty Gear Xrd right now, where like we can watch stuff and get like a good understanding of things, especially people who played previous versions that it's similar to. But it's not as interesting if you can't play it. At least for me. My interest in Xrd, I want to play it, but like knowing that I can't for a period of time means like, well, I don't know, why am I watching?
No, I agree. I'm just wondering right now, is the like NCR's coming up this weekend. We'll talk about that in a little bit, right? But NCR's coming up this weekend. They're gonna have a build there. Northwest Majors, I think, is going to have a build there or something like that. I'm wondering if these are going to be the arcade release now.
That's a good question.
Or if it's still going to be the same beta that we've been playing.
That's a good question.
I mean? I'm really curious now. So
yeah, I'd love to find that out. In other news, you don't? Do you want to not want to talk about it?
Oh, we can talk about it. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. We can talk about it.
Are you going to put it on stream?
I'm going to try to, yeah.
So what I'm talking about is that the alternate costume for Ultra Street Fighter 4 was revealed for DeCapra today. It's just the artwork. It's not the actual in-game look, but it's art. And James is trying to get it up on stream right now so that you can all see. And, I don't know. I'm not into it. Okay.
I mean, the alternate costumes have always been kind of sketchy at best, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this particular case, I feel like they're, I don't know, man. I'm not sure how I feel about these costumes.
I mean, you can say it if you think they're silly, because I think they're kind of silly. The one for Hugo looks a lot like the Cross Tekken one.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Yeah, they like almost nobody used. But the other ones are kind of, I don't know, man. I guess you'll see it right now. Yeah, here it is.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not a fan right now. I gotta say.
Like, look at this DiCaprio one. She has all these belts on her, and she's got like a lot of locks for some reason, and chains, and.
There you go. Let's get like
two. Little zoom in. Oh yeah, there's Rolento next to her.
Yeah.
Okay. That doesn't even look like Rolento.
I don't even know what that's supposed to be.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know where that came from.
Like, as terrible as Cowboy Ken is.
Yeah.
At least it's a cowboy.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, he's an American cowboy,
you get the
whatever.
Connection.
Right. But what is he looks like a Final Fantasy character. Like
I can see that.
He just looks like a Final Fantasy character.
He definitely looks like just like some RPG character for sure. He's got his little scepter here.
Yep.
There's Elena. She's.
I mean, at least that one, there's like some logic to it, right? So.
I guess she's all spiky in terms of the hair, in terms of the fur on her.
Right.
Yeah. There's the Hugo that I was talking about. He's. You know, you can't really get a sense of
he looks
the scale,
like an executioner or something like
does.
that. So
he does. And who was that at the bottom?
It's Poison, the pirate. I guess it's a Ruby Heart.
That's
costume?
what I'm saying. It's Ruby Heart, right?
Yeah, I know. Wait, go back to DiCaprio. Let me see.
Go back to DiCaprio. Yeah.
DiCaprio. Why is she even barefoot? And why?
I don't know. She has a mask with a lock around her neck.
Belts and.
She's got a lot of belts. Reminds me of like when some comic book artists just like put a lot of like belts on, and they put a lot of pouches on. And
there was one guy who did that, right? There's one,
couple,
very famous guy who always puts pouches on everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know about
it's
this.
Just weird.
Yeah. Anyways, okay.
Maybe that'll be explained in the story, and I look forward very much to finding out.
But you know, that's.
So that's the Ultra Street Fighter 4 news. Anything else going on?
Nothing that I can think of right now.
Okay.
So,
Yeah. Again, by the time we have a next show, Ultra's going to be out, and I hope that we'll have some video to look at.
Dude, that's so crazy, dude. I didn't even think about that. Like that didn't even.
Soon.
Nothing about that struck to my head for some reason. So.
Yep. It's not coming out here, so you don't think about it coming out because it's not for us.
And then it makes me salty that I can't play it.
Indeed. All right, want to take a break?
Yep.
Okay, we'll be back with more in just a bit.